On a tram recently, I saw two people have the most beautiful one of those moments because these two people, right, they'd been chatting for a while, and to be honest, their chat was pretty boring. It was a lot of admin sort of shit. I got the impression they weren't good friends. I think they worked together. But after a while, she said to him, she was like this, she went like this, she was like, "It was lovely talking to you. Have a good night." And he went, "Yeah, it was really nice chatting with you. I'll see you tomorrow." But they did all of that too early. Yes. Fuck yeah. There was still 15 to 20 seconds before the tram had fully stopped and the doors had opened, but their goodbye was too definitive. They couldn't keep talking after that. So her solution to this awkwardness, this is what she did. This is genius. He's there. She went like this. Just stood like that for 15 seconds. I was sitting there. I was like, don't fucking look at me. I didn't get you in this mess. He was no better. He grabbed the little brochure that describes how Mikeys work and shit. No, I'm fascinated. I'm very fascinated. I got why it was awkward though. I fully empathised with both those people in that moment. It reminded me of, in my life, like when I go to bed, when I say goodnight to my housemates. When you go to bed in a share house, it's kind of a whole palaver. It's quite a drawn out process. It can take a while. I'm going to bed, eh? Yeah, big day tomorrow. I should. I think I really... I had a late night last night. I just think I should... All right, yeah. Are you going to watch a show in bed? I might watch Succession. I haven't seen the new season. Have you seen it? I'm going to watch episode 1. Don't say anything. I'll tell you what I think of it tomorrow when I see you. Will I see you in the morning? If I don't see you in the morning, have a good day tomorrow. I'll probably see you tomorrow night. What are you doing tomorrow night anyway? Someone else comes in the room. Are you going to bed? Yeah, I think I might go to bed. I might watch Succession. Have you seen the new season? And then eventually, you get into your bedroom, you close the door, and then you realise you need to take a piss. I don't want to do it. I don't want to re-emerge into the corridor, risk seeing one of them on my way to the bathroom. Oh, I know I said goodnight, but I'm still awake. What do? Do we say goodnight again? What's the etiquette here? I don't know why, but I find that so uncomfortable. I don't know why I find it so awkward. Like, I know my housemates well. They're not going to be weird about it. They're not going to be like, "What the fuck, you liar? You said you were sleeping, you fucking dog." I hate it. I hate saying that second goodnight. I hate it. I'll do anything to avoid the second goodnight. Anything. Honestly, I'll do anything to avoid it. I've pissed in cups to avoid the second goodnight, which I'm not proud of. It's a pretty full-on thing to do. I don't know if anyone in here has ever pissed on a cup, but it's a lot. You also learn a lot when you piss in a cup. You learn the size of the human bladder. Up until that point, I didn't know how big it was. I'd never had a visual representation like that. It's bigger than I thought, to be honest. It's exactly 1 pint glass for me, and when I say exactly, I mean exactly, like precisely. Like that last centimetre is tense. You don't know if you have the space in the vessel to complete the job. Start eyeing off pot plants in your room, thinking of plan B. You haven't completed a job though, have you, doing that? Like, you haven't solved the problem. You haven't eradicated the issue. You've just shifted it around the room. The issue remains within the bedroom. The issue eventually needs to be flushed down the toilet. That's where it eventually has to end up, which means at some point in your life, you're going to have to choose a moment to make the journey down your hallway holding a glass of your own piss. I'm worried about the social awkwardness of saying goodnight twice. If one of my housemates catches me walking a pint of my own piss down the hall, that's like we're looking for a new housemate sort of shit, isn't it? But I just hate saying goodbye once you've already said it. It's never as good the second time. Like my grandma, a few years ago, I went and visited her in the hospital, and I gave her a drawing that a kid at the school that I work at had drawn for me. I gave it to Grandma, and when I gave it to her, she pulled me in really close, and she said to me in my ear, she said, "Goodbye, Lewis." And I said, "Goodbye, Grandma." And I left the hospital. And the next day, my dad was like, "She's still alive." And I was like, "For fuck's sake, Grandma." He was like, I'm going back to the hospital, do you want to come? And part of me didn't. I thought, we've already done this. But I thought, I'll regret it if I don't go. I'll regret not spending every minute that I could. So I returned to the hospital, and I was right. The sequel was way shitter than the original. And I was looking in Grandma's eyes. I could tell, even in her mind, she was thinking, fuck, I should have wrapped this up yesterday. That's why I support euthanasia.